Hello, Beth. How are you?
Hello, I'm well. How are you?
I'm doing very well. Thank you so much. Thanks for accepting to be with us in this Expert Talks with Hari. This show actually focuses on experts on global level who are impacting the community at large. This has three segments. First segment is about you, your childhood, your all the way your journey till today. And the second segment of that will focus on the healing, human healing, which is the theme. Third one is little bit focused on the lighter side with little bit of rapid fire questions. Okay. So first we'll start with your journey so far. Over to you.
Okay. Well, I'm not sure where to start, but I guess I'll start way back in childhood. I was raised in a very religious household. And it was a very strict sect of the religion where healing was not accepted. Healing like this, it was only, very specific ways of healing would be accepted. And I also come from a medical background. My almost my entire family are doctors or of some sort or nurses. So there's a lot of expectation around healing in the medical sector, not so much in the spiritual way or in the energetic way. So I was raised that way, and it was my early teen years when I started to second guess things and realize that there was more than what I was being taught. And I, you know, had to learn a lot of things the hard way. And now I am, you know, living here, doing my thing. I've discovered some deep healing techniques. I have two beautiful daughters, and they also are healers, which is exciting to see. And yeah, I've come into Reiki, which is so powerful. It's a very powerful energy that is just pure love, pure healing energy, which is beautiful, and it's transformed things in my life so beautifully. And it's not just the energetic healing. There's also emotional and other types of healing that need to take place, which is where the life coaching that I do comes into play. So yeah, I went to college briefly. I didn't end up graduating, but I went to the University of Delaware, and they don't teach this there. They don't teach this kind of thing. So it's really my calling. It's beautiful that I've been able to find my calling, because I really understand that it takes a long time for many people to do that, and I feel very blessed to know my purpose and to be able to follow my purpose. And that's me in a nutshell. Do you need more detail?
Okay. In this path, there would have been definitely a lot of hurdles and challenges which has taught you some lessons. Any key
Mhm.
lessons would you like to share?
Ooh, that my guidance is strong from within, and to trust it. That is the biggest thing. That is the biggest hurdle. People are always looking for outside sources to guide them. And for me, that was great. That was very prominent. I was sure that there was an answer somewhere. That somewhere out there was an answer. I did have a lot of struggles. I struggled in many ways, but my biggest hurdle really was learning to trust my own inner guidance, because we all have this very powerful and right on target guidance that comes straight from source, and we just need to listen to it and quiet down and listen to it. And that took me many years to understand and fully realize. So that it's a continuous learning path, right? I wouldn't say a continuous struggle, because I don't feel like I'm struggling with it, but it's something that, we as human typically are always looking at outside. We're comparing ourselves to others, or we are, looking for others for answers. And, it's something that it's a regular practice, is what I would say. It's a regular practice that I do daily, that I must settle in, tap into myself, and really listen, and just listen. That is the most important lesson that I think I've ever learned.
Okay. Thank you for sharing that. Now, the main theme, which is human healing. We have viewers from different levels and different layers. So, I would request you to start from what is healing, what are the kinds of healing available in the world, and your category of healing. Where does it originate, and how did you equip yourself with that? Can you walk us through the journey of healing?
Absolutely. So, of course, everybody on the planet is aware of medicine and the different types of medicine.
Sorry, Beth, the audio is very low. I'm not able to
Oh,
hear you.
well,
Audio
that's
seems to be
not.
suddenly very low.
Let me,
It was fine in the beginning.
I'm not sure. I'll
Okay,
just
now
try to
it's fine.
speak
Now
up.
it's fine.
Is that good?
Now it's
Okay,
fine.
wonderful. Okay, so everyone is aware of medicine, and medicine is beautiful. Medicine is important. It has solved so many problems in the world. It is absolutely not to be disregarded. It is important, and it is a beautiful thing. And as is science. Science is also beautiful and important. And I really do believe in those, in medicine and in science. So I don't want anybody to see this and think, oh, well, does she think that, medicine isn't important? It absolutely is. But there is so much that medicine cannot do. And I believe at some point medicine will catch up to this, and science will catch up. Some science already has caught up to understand this, but I believe that medicine will also catch up to this, and people will realize how important it is. So there is medicine, right? Beautiful. Then there is holistic healing, things like herbs and spices and all of that, and essential oils, and high quality water, and what do we put in our bodies, and I believe food is medicine in a way. It absolutely can solve major problems. It can cure diseases if you're eating proper diet. So there's holistic healing, which is also beautiful and beautiful. And I believe all of the different types of healing they're not, people like to be like, oh, I only believe in medicine, or I only believe in holistic healing, or I only believe in, but I believe that they're all interconnected, and that there's beauty in all of them. And there's a reason that we have this opportunity here to see all these different types of healing. There's a reason. It's not like one is better than the other. I think they are all equally important, and I think that they all are interconnected. So we have the holistic side, which is, there's so much science around that as well. So that is also beautiful. And then there's the energetic side, right? Because it cannot be denied that anxiety is anxiety causes medical problems. Stress causes medical problems. People who are traumatized as children or traumatized in their adulthood tend to get sick more often, because there are energetic things that happen that we cannot see with our eyes, but they are there, and they need to also be addressed. And that's where my energy healing comes into play. And then, of course, there is emotional healing as well. That is very prominent in this country. But I do find that in my energetic healing, which I do, now I'm doing Reiki, but it's also, there's more than just Reiki, right? Reiki is not the only energetic healing that's out there. I find that when I treat a client with Reiki, other factors such as, the anxiety that they're feeling about a certain situation, or, memories that are traumatic, things like that, they tend to disappear. If not completely, they definitely lighten up. So somebody who is is super anxious, and they are unable to function, or they cannot, focus at work, or they can't focus with their kids, or they're just not being the parent that they want to be because they're so stressed or whatever. They feel hurt, or they feel whatever it is. Everybody has their own struggles, their own paths. After some Reiki, it doesn't always just take one session, but often results are pretty clear after one session. They are lighter, just an overall lighter presence about them, and they feel that they can see the obstacle, or they can see whatever the stressor used to be. They can see it, but they're not emotionally bombarded by it, and they're able to see how to fix it, or see where to move next, because the hurt that is there, the trauma that is there around that experience is gone. So they can see more clearly, because you cannot see when you have something stuck in your eye, right? So it's the same concept. You relieve that barrier, you remove that veil of anxiety, and all of a sudden now you can see clearly. So people have been healed of cancer through Reiki. They have been healed of basically any disease that you can think of, has been healed with Reiki. It is not up to the Reiki practitioner completely what the outcome is. It is very much up to the actual person, the actual patient that is receiving the energy and receiving that loving light, because they have to accept it and they have to fully embody it. And so, that's where that comes in. But that's why there's medicine for people who just need a little of all of it, right? They need somebody who has cancer. I would not say stop your treatments to do Reiki. I would never say that, because I do absolutely believe full-heartedly that they go hand in hand. But I do believe somebody who is struggling with cancer, who receives Reiki, will heal faster, will heal healthier, and it will be a much more manageable experience. So that is, I'm sure there are other types of healing that I'm missing here, but that is, I would say those are the main types of healing, and where mine comes in, because I really do see that. And then with life coaching, that is eye-opening for people. It's eye-opening. They can feel the Reiki energy doing its thing, right? And they can see the issues in their lives. But the life coaching takes it to a different level, where it's, shows them a new perspective and lets them step outside of their mind, that they sometimes get trapped in these cycles of thinking. And I take them outside of that treadmill of thinking, and show them a new perspective that maybe has a brighter solution for them, or a brighter path for them to follow. So, and I'm not teaching anything that they do not have access to themselves if they were really able to tap into their inner being. But it's harder for some people to do that, especially if they haven't been practicing. So it's, that's where that is also healing. That is actually very much healing. So yeah. Do you have any questions about any of that?
No, there are few areas where what I've seen, like here, whenever they have issues, especially as you said, like when it comes to emotional, they are able to help them with the clearing the chakras and helping them clear the block and things like that. That's happening here. And
Yeah,
also, as you said rightly about the anything, if say chronic pain or acute pain, and any diseases which has been there for quite some time, and where even medicines have not helped, some people resort to this option.
yes, absolutely,
But what I
absolutely.
wanted to understand is there are many varieties in that, because there's one person I know where she said like she didn't undergo any training. She went to a class where her guru, the person who was actually taking the session, told that you possess this power to heal people,
Hmm.
and her style is combination of two to three different concepts, and she
Hmm.
says like, I don't know how I have that power, but I'm able to do it.
Absolutely.
And some are there here saying like they've done a certification and they've done training and they're qualified. So how does this happen? Like, is it like, say, if I suddenly realize that I have the power to heal, or is it like somebody I have to work under somebody or train under somebody, learn, and then I get the understanding of how to do the healing? How does this work?
Okay, that's a great question. Before I became a Usui Reiki practitioner, before I went through all the training, before I was attuned to that energy, I was also a healer. I was able to heal. I didn't actually, advertise that I could, because I didn't understand how powerful what I was doing was. But I could heal my children. I could heal my pets. I by laying hands, and I had my own way of doing it, and I could do it, and they would be healed instantly. It was miraculous. And that is what made me look for some sort of training, because I was like, I want to know more. I want to know some, a technique that is powerful, that people that is proven to work. Because what am I doing? I'm not sure what I'm doing, but I know it's working. But I just wanted to know more. I wanted to dive deeper into what I was doing already. So absolutely, people are healers. I actually believe that on some level, everyone has this. I believe that on some level, everyone can tap in to their healing energy. I don't think that I'm special. I think that it is something that people can tap into, but people are on various levels of, what they're willing to accept, or how they tap into themselves, because it is something that is deep, right? It is something that you really have to tap into deep inside of yourself, and not everyone is ready to do that or knows anything about how to do that. I can tell you that in my early years, there's no way I would have been able to do that, because I was just so in my head. I was so anxious, and there would just it would not be possible for me to really tap into that. But I do believe in that everybody has, on some level, this ability. Now, I can tell you for a fact, absolute fact, that once I was attuned to Reiki, it is different than what I was doing. It is a powerful energy that I can feel rushing through me. I didn't have that when I was healing without the Reiki. I could heal, but I didn't actually feel energy flowing through me the way I do now. So there is definitely a difference. And, through the Reiki, I've been able to help so many people. So I know that the Reiki is special. It is separate. Not separate really. I mean, I believe it all comes from the same place, but yeah, it's different. It's definitely different than what I was doing without the Reiki. So I wouldn't say that, I wouldn't say that they are the same thing.
Okay. Okay. Now we move on to the third segment, which is a little bit more on the lighter side. Okay. One is there's no right or wrong. It is your opinion on that and what you feel is right, your perspective on the questions. You can give answers.
Okay.
What is your definition of life?
Oh, life is a life is an experience that we choose to come to create and to learn and to grow. Life is creation.
Okay. What is your definition or your understanding of love?
Mm. Love is all powerful. Love is everywhere and in all of us. It is the highest vibrational emotion. It is the most powerful thing on earth.
Okay. Very well said. And the words you chose are really good. The highest vibrational level.
Mm-hmm.
That's deep. Okay. Next one is we see some people uh, not so much planning certain things but are able to be successful. On the other
Mm-hmm.
hand, we see certain people who plan every single thing meticulously but not being able to be successful. Again, success is a relative term, I understand, but in general terms, why is that so? Some people take care so much, they plan so much, uh, they empathize so much, but yet they're not able to be um, successful or happy. But on the other hand, you see some people who don't just care about it, but then they are able to be successful or happy. How does this happen?
We get what we expect in life. We get what we expect. And I find that, and it's more than that. Not just we get what we expect, but you really have to believe in yourself. So it's one thing to plan it all out. But if you're anxious or worried that something might not work out, it probably won't. If you are free with your imagination
Hmm.
and open-minded with what you can accept, more things can flow to you. If you can let go, this is where it really comes in. If you can let go of the control, you can let go of the control, things will start to flow.
Okay. Okay. It's actually, I've read this as well and I've heard this, but when you say let go of control, is it that easy as it's said? Because as a human, there are areas or there are situations where you feel like, okay, let's let go of things, and then after some time, no, 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 maybe this has to happen, or maybe that, you know. The first thought is that, but then followed by the actions, sometimes not all the way through it's followed, when we talk about letting go. So that's why I was
Mm.
asking that. Okay. The next one is
Is it as easy as it's said? No, it's not as easy as just those words for
correct.
a lot of people. But it can be that easy if you follow the path and really practice that in a lot of parts of your life, it becomes easier.
Okay. And a lot of people have um, do not have clarity between peace, happiness, and success. Can
Mhm.
you help get clarity the difference between peace, happiness, and success?
Peace is inner. Peace is um, actually, and I don't know that there's a whole lot of difference between peace and happiness because it's this inner calm that it's all going to be okay. That the universe is has my back, right? The universe is everything is working for me. Life is happening for me, and this inner calm that everything is fine. That is peace. Everything is fine. Happiness is when you can take that peace and I don't know that there is a definition for happiness because it's a feeling you have to experience to really understand it. That's different than just being happy about something.
Hmm.
Being happy because, you know, because I got good grades or being happy because I got the job I wanted. That's not happiness. That is success. Happiness is a feeling that you have to reach to really understand, and it is unconditional, right? It means that there is no condition that could change my happiness. I could lose that job and still have happiness. I could get bad grades and still have happiness because it's something that no one can take or change from for on your behalf.
Okay. Okay. Now, I'm giving you a time machine with which you can go back to your past. Okay. And you can only one condition with that travel is this. You can go meet a person, come back. You can spend a month there with that person. But once you come back to 2020, you'll have to write a book on your learnings. Who would you meet and what would you learn?
Ooh. Hmm. Who would I meet and what would I learn? That is big. I believe that Jesus was a healer, like a Reiki healer. Maybe not, it didn't have that name, but I think that that's what he was using. And I'd want to learn how he put that coin in that fish's mouth.
Yeah.
So that's what that's what I would like to learn.
Okay. We
I
have
think
one
that
of the
that's something anybody can do, right? So let's just learn how.
okay. We have one viewer. When you are talking about letting go of things, she has mentioned, she has commented, very true. We need that inner strength, especially at such a time of pandemic when
Mm.
several thousands of people feel thrown out of gear and are at loss. Because at this moment, what we see globally, where people, whether they like it or not, they are undergoing different emotions, and
Mm-hmm.
definitely coming from healing and coming from helping others to get well or get back on track, you would have understood. And the volume of calls for psychologists, psychiatrists, healers have gone high in this particular season.
That's
And
right.
hopefully with the vaccine and all those things, we should be able to be in control. Thank you so much, Beth. Like, there are a few areas in relation with the topic healing, and your understanding about it, the way calm and composed in your own signature style you answered. Thank you so much. Lastly, what is your message to the world?
That you have the guidance that you need inside of you. It's already there. You have everything that you need. You are the answer to your own problems here. So do whatever it takes to listen to yourself. Take that time in the morning. Take that, wake up early and sit and just be. And you will see it. You will hear it. You will hear the guidance. Just listen to it. That's all. Listen and follow. Yeah.
One more thing, what I also see is, even though people understand at this point of time, like, there's a lot of people in pain, but still at certain level where beyond this understanding, still the the one which is told earlier, this letting go or allowing things to happen the way it is, that's not sin. And even when I'm talking, when I'm saying that, to a certain point I feel like, okay, let's do this, let's do that, but then when it comes to actually doing it, there is it's not that easy. Are there any basic tips for a person to understand, practice, so that this kind of becomes a bit easier, the process of
Mm.
letting go?
Um, it would back up farther from wherever you are, right? So whatever you're looking at that you feel like you can't let go of, it's more than that. That is not the only thing. So I would start small in different parts of your life. You're driving down the road and someone cuts you off. Are you mad? Because that's a great place to start letting go. That is a great place to start taking control of your own emotion and decide that that is not worth changing the course of your day. So little
Okay.
things, and then it'll build once you've
Slowly, slowly.
mastered the
Okay.
small ones. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you so much, Beth. Whatever questions I wanted to ask, I've asked, and you also answered that in a very gracious manner. If there's any other areas you would like to share, you can go ahead and share. Uh, Most of the questions what I had and all the areas, whatever I wanted to check, get clarity on, I've received answers from you. Is there anything that I've left out?
I don't know that you've left anything out, but I really want to. One last thing that I'll add is if everybody, just a little bit, if everyone can tap into that guidance just a little bit and really just love themselves and be gracious to themselves and just pour love into the places of yourself that you don't think deserve love. If everyone did that a little bit, the whole world would change. So I think we could raise the vibration of the whole earth by just tapping in a little bit and pouring love from your pores into whatever part of yourself you think is not worthy. And yeah, I'll leave it with
That
that. I'll leave you with that.
okay. Thank you so much, Beth. Thank you so much.
You're so welcome. Thank you for having me.
Welcome. That was Miss Beth from New Jersey. She touched on the different parts of healing and the importance of it, and how one could be able to get benefited from that, and what are the areas where one should actually focus in order to have peace, and for a greater good, to actually pour love, especially in the areas also where you feel it doesn't deserve. That's a strong message, and much needed at this point of time. Thank you.